Student Association proposes changes to the Carrier Dome's KISS Cam. The Chair of Community Engagement is in studio to talk about her goals for the semester, and we have the latest on the flooding in South Carolina. This is SA Today. Good evening, I'm Josh Bazan. Vice President of Student Association Jane Hong is here with the weekly Student Association address. Jane?
Hi, my name is Jane Hong and I'm the Vice President of Student Association. Last night at our Assembly Representatives meeting, we elected members to our Finance Board and Judicial Review Board. We're so excited to have new people contribute to the efforts of Student Association on campus. Next, I've also been working on a bike share program, which is an initiative that we've brought back from last year. So starting next week, you'll be able to go to Archbold Gym and rent a bike for 24 hours or for an entire weekend. We also launched our Academic Affairs Survey this past week and garnered over 400 responses from students. The survey was to see if students were interested in having syllabi public before registering for any classes. If you're interested in taking our Student Life Survey, which targets any sort of issues you might find around life at Syracuse University, please be sure to find out on our Facebook page how to take that. We will also have shuttles to our pumpkin patches this coming Sunday and next. So at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. you can go to College Place, catch a shuttle, and have some fun with your friends this weekend. So thank you so much for tuning in to SA Today.
Another proposal in the works is attempting to bring Uber or similar ride-sharing services to the SU Hill. SA President Aisha Sadat updated the Assembly last night on her progress. She's speaking with universities in Buffalo and Rochester who are also interested in having this service. They are working on a proposal to lobby in Albany with the other schools. And Student Association will not decide on a proposal for changes to the Carrier Dome KISS Cam until next Monday. The proposal introduced at last night's meeting would call for a ban on the camera's use in the student section. The KISS Cam has not been included in the last 2 home football games, and SU has not yet said if it will be returning. Controversy arose after a letter to the editor of Syracuse.com said the KISS Cam encouraged sexual assault through peer pressure. We'll continue to follow this story as information is made available. And joining us now in studio to talk about the initiatives the Committee on Community Engagement is working on is Alexis Cardwell. Alexis, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So I know one of the big things that your committee works on is called CUSE Cares. So can you talk a little bit about what that is and what exactly you guys are trying to accomplish with that?
Of course. So CUSE Cares is the umbrella under which my committee is going to do all of our community service. So what we really want to do is promote campus-wide involvement, whether it's through an RSO or through Greek Life or just students anywhere, that they have the opportunity to get involved in our community. I don't personally believe that for a school our size we do as much as we should in the community. So I'm hoping that having sort of a centered thing that everyone can go to look to for all kinds of community service, whether it be one of my initiatives or just something from a nonprofit in town, that they have the chance to know what's going on and have a chance to get involved.
And one of the good things about CUSE Cares is that you and your committee are in touch with the different nonprofits across Syracuse, so you're better able to connect the campus with those people. Yeah,
they've been really wonderful and they're all really interested in having Syracuse students be involved in their organizations. So we're going to have a nonprofit panel later in the year to talk with them, and hopefully they'll all come and all the students will enjoy it and really want to get involved in the community.
And I know one of the other ways you're trying to make it easier for students to give back is called the T-shirt trade-off that's coming up. Can you talk about that?
Well, the Student Association is having an SA takeover in Shine on October 26th, and each committee gets its own table. So my table is doing what's called a T-shirt trade-off, which is essentially where students can bring any article of clothing, and in return they'll get a free T-shirt from us. And we're going to donate all of those T-shirts and all of those donations that we get. We haven't announced where yet, but we'll be announcing that soon on the CUSE Cares page, which launched today. So
nice. And one of the things that your committee introduced last night at the meeting was getting Syracuse students into local schools to teach them about healthy habits.
Yes, so that initiative is called Syracuse Students Teaching Healthy Habits. And basically we're starting at the Ed Smith Middle School, and 6 of us are going in to talk to them about peer pressure and drug use. The whole goal is to just get Syracuse students involved in the schools in the city. And we're hoping to expand that. We have some other schools waiting to see how it goes at Ed Smith, and if they like what we do and it's successful, then we'll be able to expand to other schools. So that's really exciting for us, and we're really hoping to stay involved in the schools.
How has the process been working with the people at Ed Smith and with the Syracuse School District? Have they made it easy for you guys to sort of get this started?
They've made it so easy. They're so excited that we want to get involved. I mean, I think that's one of the amazing things about being community engagement chair is that you don't realize how much people want you to be involved. We got the connection through the Mesh Mentor program. Obi, who's in charge of this project, is a Mesh Mentor, so he's already involved in the Ed Smith School. So because we had that connection, they were really excited that we wanted to do more with them. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Alexis, for coming on the show. For more information on Student Association, you can follow us on Twitter at SA_today. In just under an hour, Hendricks Chapel is hosting a candlelight vigil for the victims and families of Oregon's Umpqua shooting. It is believed victims were targeted for being Christian. In a letter from 14 different chaplains, they stated they are saddened by those lost last week, but that this is a reason to continue conversations across different faiths. And Trojan condoms could be seen in the Shine Student Center today. They asked students to take the pledge to ask for consent. SU is one of 5 colleges they're stopping by to inform students about yes means yes. The new law requires asking for and receiving consent before engaging in sexual activities. Today, we barely saw temperatures over 60 degrees with partly cloudy skies. It was a little chilly, but only a taste of what's to come in the next few months. For tonight, it should cool down to 50 degrees, still with those partly cloudy skies and a very slight chance of rain. Tomorrow will be a bit warmer than today, with temperatures expected in the mid to upper 60s and a mix of sun and clouds. But we'll have wind up to 15 miles per hour. And taking a look at the 5-day, we'll see partly sunny skies every day except Friday, where we have a 90% chance of rain. And after that rain, we'll see a dip in temperatures down to the 50s. When we come back, 10 dams failed to hold back flooding in South Carolina. What the state's doing to solve the problem. Plus, McDonald's started serving all-day breakfast this morning, but what items might be missing at your nearest location?
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come. Tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore. And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
The rain has stopped in South Carolina, but the state is still reeling from the aftermath of Hurricane Joaquin. Governor Nikki Haley says at least 10 dams have breached or failed in the state. Officials are still trying to get a better idea of how much structural damage has been suffered. 14 people in the state are dead, and emergency responders have made 175 water rescues so far. California is now the 5th state to pass right-to-die legislation in the United States. The measure allows doctors to prescribe life-saving drugs to terminally ill patients. Governor Jerry Brown signed the bill into law today. Until now, he had made no comment about the legislation. And one wrong turn turned deadly for a Brazilian woman. She was using a smartphone app called Waze that gives users driving directions. Regina and Francisco Murmura were hoping to find a tourist destination near Rio de Janeiro. The app reportedly led them into a notorious slum where Regina was shot and killed. 2 scientists are going to share the Nobel Prize for Physics. The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences made the announcement today. Japanese scientist Takaka Kajita and Canadian scientist Arthur MacDonald are sharing the honor for their work on neutrinos. The scientists helped show the subatomic particles have a measurable mass, and the Academy says the discovery is crucial to our understanding of the entire universe. Cheerios recalled 1.8 million boxes of contaminated cereal. Gluten-free Honey Nut and regular Cheerios may have been contaminated with wheat. If you have gluten allergies, you're asked to call the company at 1-800-775-8370. And breakfast lovers rejoice. McDonald's has started serving breakfast foods all day. The food chain will need to upgrade equipment at many locations to make this new chain possible. This could affect the availability of some menu items. For instance, hash browns might not be available because they're cooked in the same fryers as the French fries. And Starbucks lovers can belong to more than just a rewards program. One pumpkin spice lover made custom coffee sleeves for the seasonal favorite. More pictures of the secret society can be found on Twitter, including this one from The Real PSL. Demi Lovato is pushing for mental health reform. She spoke as part of the National Council for Behavioral Health's annual Hill Day in Washington, D.C. Lovato aims to raise awareness of mental health issues and to advocate for mental health reform. And Syracuse got a shout out on HBO's Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, but not for the best reasons. In a segment on mental health in the U.S., Oliver described Greyhound therapy, a practice where mentally ill patients are given a one-way bus ticket someplace else. Oliver joked that he wishes he could do the same to his ex-girlfriends and send them up here to Syracuse. We'll be right back.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Watch CitrusTV Noticias at 3 p.m. every Sunday on the Orange Television Network.
Thank you.
You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
There's a new record for the largest pumpkin in Oregon. Take a look at this. It's almost 2,000 pounds and you need a crane to move it around. The farmer Steve worked hard to produce this particular pumpkin.
You think it just starts with a seed in April, but we spend all year.
And it seems well worth the time. Thank you for tuning in this evening. Have a great night, Syracuse.